We need to talk about the Dodger D. No, I'm not talking about Dodger dogs. I'm talking about the Dodger defense. And the Dodger defense, going back to last year, maybe even the last couple of years, if you might want to add, has been suspect. I am one fan to personally call out the suspicion when I see it. I'm not a rainbows and sunshine kind of guy where nothing's wrong, all is well. I do have concerns with my ball club. When there is concern, I will bring them up. And the Dodger defense, for me, has been a concern for a while now, going back to last season. I believe the biggest liability for the Dodgers last year on the defensive side was Max Muncy. Max Muncy has been kind of all over the field as a Dodger during his tenure. Played first base, played second base, played third base, and his worst position is at third base. And he was terrible defensively last year. And so coming into this year, we have a shortstop problem now due to the Dodgers as far as who is going to play where on the infield. Of course, Miguel Rojas pretty much controlled that spot for most of last season after Gavin Lux was slated to be the Dodgers shortstop for last season, but he tore his ACL in spring training, and so he was out for the regular season. And then Miguel Rojas overtook his spot in the regular season as a full-time starter. So Gavin Lux was ready to be the shortstop last season for the Dodgers, kind of make that big jump into his career, stardom for the Dodgers, shortstop for LA, and kind of take the next step in his career. Unfortunately, got injured in spring training. Rehab went well during the offseason. He's healthy. He's ready to go in spring training. Spring training is upon us, and my oh my, Gavin Lux has looked awful in the field. This is nothing new with Gavin Lux. If you watch Dodger baseball, you know that Gavin Lux, no matter where he has played in his career, has been bad. Gavin Lux, whether he's at second base, whether he's in left field, whether he's in center field, he's been bad. I'm not blaming him for being bad in the outfield because he didn't play the outfield coming up. Second base especially, that's concerning. If you're bad at second base, a player like Lux shouldn't be that bad at second base. This guy was a very highly touted prospect in the Dodger system. He shouldn't be that bad at second base. Quite frankly though, he is bad at second base, and he has not gotten it together. After the last couple of years, he still has not gotten it together. Why that is, I don't know. Maybe you guys have a better theory as to why he has just not improved defensively in the comment section. The fact of the matter is, the Dodgers have a problem on the infield. So today, the Dodgers announced that Mookie Betts, you may have heard of Mookie Betts, he is now going to be the Dodgers shortstop moving forward for Los Angeles. And, the Dodgers, listen, I said it on my podcast, Gavin Lux isn't tied up to shortstop. If he's playing bad at shortstop, making a bunch of errors, the Dodgers are not strapped down to Gavin Lux. They can move Gavin Lux around the field. They have a bunch of versatile players that can come in and fill in at shortstop. Though it's not the primary position, they can play the position or kind of just forget about him. But Miguel Rojas is still on this team. He's going to be on the open day roster. Miguel Rojas can just be your starting shortstop for the Dodgers going into the 2024 season. It's not the sexy move to have Miguel Rojas as your starting shortstop on this Dodger club in the lineup. It's not sexy, I get it, but he plays shortstop well. Obviously, he will do just fine. Who do you guys want to see as the Dodgers shortstop? Me personally, I see a couple of varying comments like, oh, Mookie Betts is gonna fill in fine at shortstop. He's gonna win a Gold Glove. And I see others like, well, this is kind of scary because you don't want to get Mookie Betts injured. Risk of injury. Shortstop is a demanding position. That's why he moved him from right field to second base, because right field is kind of demanding and he's going to be here for a long time still. So you kind of want to prolong his career, his longevity. Playing him at shortstop is going to be a lot of wear and tear on Mookie Betts for 162 games plus. Play it okay. I think he'll be better than Lux, although in his first game today, he already made an error. Like I said, Mookie Betts isn't a perfect at shortstop. He's not what some are thinking he is. Oh, he's like, oh, no, he's not. He's much better at second base. Obviously, he's an MVP in right field. He's much better at second base. Shortstop, definitely not his position, and it's going to take some getting time for Mookie Betts to get used to. And the Dodgers start regular season play in less than 2 weeks. Number of spring training games here because they will take off for Korea a whole week before. So the Dodgers don't have much time here to get this together and it is very concerning for me as a fan because you need defense. Like, you could have all the star power you want in the lineup, but if you don't have guys fielding the ball in the field behind your pitchers, you're going to give up a lot of runs and you're going to be chasing the game. And even if you have a potent lineup like the Dodgers, that's not a recipe for success, especially if you want to be one of the best teams in baseball at the end of the season. So I would not play Mookie Betts at shortstop. I really don't want to see Mookie Betts at shortstop. I'm going to be honest. I know it's like, oh my gosh, Mookie's playing short. I get it. It's going to grab a lot of headlines. I want to see that. So for me, and I also don't want to see Adames. I'm not a fan of Willie Adames. I'm sorry. Not a fan of Willie Adames, so I don't want to make that trade at all either. I don't want Gavin Lux's bat out of the lineup. I still do believe in Gavin Lux in the batter's box. On the field, though, he's struggling. And as you can see, you have him side-arming the throws from second base on a literally routine ground ball. Side-arming the throw. The guy's literally walking to first base, and he's side-arming the throw. He just looks very uncomfortable out there. People are saying he has the yips. That's not a good thing to hear. If he in fact does have the yips, he just does not look comfortable fielding a baseball wherever he plays. And he hasn't for his entire career. The defense is concerning for me, and not to mention you have Max Muncy, who I mentioned earlier in the video, over at third base. He's not good himself, and I expect a lot of balls going by Max Muncy over at third base. So overall, the Dodger defense on the infield especially suspect, and I expect a bunch of teams to really expose that as we get into the season here. Just expecting it at this point. See if the Dodgers make up their mind. Is Mookie Betts going to be the shortstop, or are they going to just fold and go ahead and have the actual shortstop, Miguel Rojas, play, and Gavin Lux have to fill in here and there when he can? But let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section about the Los Angeles Dodgers as the Dodgers begin play in just 2 weeks in South Korea.